Everyone, welcome to Strike. Today is the day to record the weekly stock scan video. So we just did a webinar as well on the early positioning since we just closed in on the March monthly expiry. So before we begin, I was just looking at what sectors have performed well during the last month. So if I just go to the heat map and select 1 month, what we can see is at the top is Nifty Auto, followed by Nifty Metal, MNC Infra. So with keeping that those auto and metal in my mind, I moved ahead. And while we were continuing with the webinar in the futures early positioning, so I just noticed a couple of names from the metal sector also popping up here. So you can see here is sale Tata Steel, and there is also another one, JSW Steel. So for ease of understanding, I'll just type steel here. Yeah. So you can see month on month OI change is up for all these stocks except the one that is Jindal Steel. So for the other three, all the four stocks were up during last expiry, ranging from 3.6% to 10%, and you can see that the OI for sale, it is showing 83% up from last month. But if you look at the data from last few months perspective, then only the last month it was quite low. Otherwise, it has been around that range only. However, if we look at the other two, for Tata Steel, it has been in the range of 20 crores to 22 crores, and this month it's up to 28 crores, 81 lakhs. And for the JSW Steel, it has been ranging around 1.5 crore to 1.6 cr, and this month it has jumped up to 2 cr. And in Jindal Steel, there is a significant drop where the OI has ranged above 2.5 cr consistently, and now it's reduced by half to what 1.2 crores shares. So what these numbers are telling us is that this is the starting number of shares in the new expiry. So what we noticed that Nifty Metal has been an outperformer for the last 1 month, with the steel name seeing unusual build-up in the starting open interest. So let's have a look into the individual charts of these stocks to see if we can find out anything interesting. First is the sale. So I'm directly going to Rohit setup so that we can focus on the what's happening on the larger time frame and then come to lower time frame. So in the monthly time frame, all the four things that we look at are into green mode, that is bullish mode. On the weekly, there is no confirmation from RMI or Dow trend, but it is trading above the both the key averages. On the daily chart, also, everything is in bullish mode. Now we look at the futures OI trend as well. Then it has been very jerky in this range. Let me zoom out a bit. So it is close to its previous highs around here. So we need to see whether there is a fresh breakout here or not. So the next stock was Tata Steel. Here also, let's first focus on the momentum setup. Here all the factors are in green on the weekly as well as daily chart. So the momentum is strong. Now talking about the futures open interest. Now what you can see here is there has been a good build up. Now let's see in context to history how big a number of this. Now a thing to notice here is that it has already broken above this previous high. So it is at a new 52-week high. Let me draw a line here. Yeah, so it is uh, trying to break out to new highs, and what you can see here is from the 2020 lows, there was a good amount of build-up in the futures open interest, which eventually, after forming a distribution pattern, there was a cool off, and the positions dropped down to the lowest numbers again. And now again, you can see fresh buildup is happening on the upside. So if we see further continuation in this OI to build up along with the new breakout, then this is one of the stocks that can uh, lead the upcoming weeks to come. So please note, this is not a recommendation or a trading advice. I'm just trying to look at the data for this particular sector of stocks. The next stock was the JSW Steel. Now this one had moved only 3% in the last expiry. Let's try to look at weekly and daily charts. So this one, the weekly trend is not yet gaining momentum based on RMI and Dow trend, but on daily it's already given bullish crossovers. So here also we'll try to look at the futures data and see if there is anything interesting. So very similar to Tata Steel. What you can see here is all the OI got liquidated during this phase. Let me just draw it for you. So during whole of this phase, the OI got liquidated, and now a fresh build-up cycle is probably starting. So if we look at it technically, if we look at and try to draw a zone of previous highs, then you can see it has broken out and again retested that level. So there is a possibility of fresh build-up in this cycle as well. So the charts are looking decent. Now, looking at outperformance from the sector level, we can also look at the ratio charts. So you can add a pair from here and try to visualize the ratio. So I have formed a pair of Nifty metal versus Nifty 50. And let's try to zoom out and see how the performance is being with comparison to Nifty. So while this index itself has broken above this highs, just a second. So this is the previous high zone and the index has already been breaking out. But if we try to do the same here, then the ratio has not yet broken out when we look at the Nifty metal versus the Nifty 50 ratio. So one of the both has to catch up. So by going by the data and futures, if the stocks continue to do well and the index continues its outperformance, then a breakout in this ratio as well would be required to ensure that this index outperforms. So we can also draw a trend line here. So if I try to draw it cleanly, yeah, so it has tried once. Now if it again breaks out above it with the continuation in the price trend of the index, then we can see good outperformance coming up from this sector in particular. So this is how we're going to take forward in today's video. What I did was I simply looked at outperformance on a sector level, and then because we were looking at futures early positioning as to right now, there is not even 1 day passed in the new expiry. So based on the data for early positioning, that is how much OI has been actually gotten rolled over, or what is the starting OI at the first day of new expiry. So we are seeing some activity happening, particularly in this few names that are associated with the metal or the steel sector. So if something is being going to play out here, then we can see outperformance from this particular sector. So if you like the video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for further such insights and videos. Thank you.